see me.
I am surprised.
How was your New Year's, sir?
It was okay. Pretty uneventful. Oh, it's gonna be interesting who's on. Oh, Auntie Cheryl. Hi. Hi, Mama Cheryl.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh, I see Joel. What's up, Joel? Bonko. Oh, my guy, Mike Brockway. Are you still in Hawaii? Mike?
Oh man. Now it sounds crazy, but I was getting a little stir crazy, so I flew back early. Just want to be back in Denver, hit the ground running this year.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, man, I'll catch you next time.
Well, yeah, shucks. Sorry, I missed you.
It's all good. I heard the new office is pretty sweet.
It gets the job done. Oh man. Oh, this is awesome. There's quite a bit of people for New Year's. I didn't know who was gonna show up. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I think I have controls, so I have to let people in, or maybe not. Okay. Hey, I see Roderick. How's it, Roderick? Happy New Year.
What's up, Corey? Aloha, everybody.
Aloha. I can always count on you to bring the right energy, man.
Oh, dude, 2021
awesome.
is going to be awesome. I'm so excited.
I love it.
What are your big goals, Corey? Let's hear it.
Oh, man, I got a bunch. Actually, that's my goals are going to be all hammered out tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday over the weekend. So that's kind of why I wanted to talk about today on the call. Maybe just open it up, open mic about best goal setting strategies or any goals that people want to share. Because I'm open to learning. You know, I don't think I've ever mastered actually the goal setting process, if there is such a thing. So I'm hoping to do a lot more learning today than anything else.
I think the one by what's his name? I think it's Rod Cleef that talks about Tony Robbins all the time.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, and then I really liked his explanation, like his kind of the way he put it, that I think is from Tony Robbins, but it was just like really detailed, making picture of, so like, let's say one of the things that, this isn't directly business, but let's just say personally, I wanted to get a boat, right? That's one of my goals. It'd be like, I don't know, you guys probably heard them, like the way they describe it's like to write down in detail, like, you're out on the boat, this is what you're seeing, this is what you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. And like, this is what it's actually means to you. And if I don't accomplish that, this is how it's going to affect me. Like, the boat one's maybe not a good example for that, but let's say, I want to achieve a certain amount of income. And if I don't achieve that, it's going to cause me to have to work at a 9-to-5 the rest of my life. And my family won't have the means to go to private school or college, whatever, like explaining all the benefits and negative impacts if it's not achieved. I like that one a lot. I haven't really gone that far with it, but I have gone into writing the different, the ways that it would impact me and make me feel. And it's heavy, it definitely carries weight when you're writing that, including that in your goals, I think.
Yeah.
I think it just like for everybody, there's like your own personal, like what works maybe. Because there's a lot of really great techniques. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, just to add to that,
I love that. And what is? Can you name one goal, Greg, that you're willing to share with everybody this year?
For the year, well, I actually like while I was waiting to get started, I was writing down. So what I do is every morning I write down, I have like a little notepad and I just like write my goals, like a quick, just, like my short term, like what's my goal right now for this week, month, whatever. And so uh my short little note right now for probably the next few weeks is to get my next rental property, next flip, and next CPR on contract by February 1st. So I got to work really hard this month.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. And I got like nothing. I got like a couple leads on a couple rentals, but yeah, I don't really have anything going for the CPR or the flip right now. So I got a lot of leads to generate.
Right. Okay. So you got like an outcome goal by the first of so within 1 month. But like what is do you go deeper? Do you dig deeper and focus on what you need to do to get you?
Oh, okay. You know what? No, not really. I kind of go
Like-
bigger. Like I like that's my goal for the next couple weeks, but and then I also like on my fridge I usually have like this year I want to generate whatever 200, 400, 800,000 in profits from flips or whatever it is. And purchase 10 more rentals, 8 more rentals or whatever, my goal for that year with minimum of 20% return or whatever it is. So like bigger, but I don't that's a good point. I don't really dive in on the day-to-day
details.
tasks that I need to do to generate those, to get those 3 properties under contract. I
Right.
should look
Okay.
into that more. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what we can use this call for, to talk about goal strategy. It's kind of like hopefully open mic. So feel free to jump in the chat or just unmute and start speaking. I'd like to hear maybe Joel, I don't know, I put you on the spot, but like maybe anything that you guys go over about goal setting and accountability.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I think can you hear me, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah, kind of being in IT and as an IT nerd, I mean, there's a lot of science in what we do, and it always translates into what we do on the real estate side. So, you guys heard of the term SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and then time-based. So that's one of the things that we use is make sure that the goals are SMART. The other thing that we look at from a goal perspective is, people always talk about grit and stickability. And I think if you're primarily just focusing in on the business side, I think there's some other dimensions that, maybe pukas, and then it takes away from your stickability in terms of those goals. Because a lot of times we'll talk about business goals, right? So like for us, when it comes to real estate, it could be as high level as, how many fix and flips, what kind of revenue, and then kind of build some objectives and measures based on real estate. However, I think for us, in order for us to keep the stickability is we don't only have SMART goals for just the business. We have it for our physical well-being, because what happens, especially when you're in doing this real estate thing, it takes a lot out of your time, and then it takes away from things like physical health. So that's one of the things that I noticed, staying up 2-3 o'clock in the morning, doing lead generation, and then I really took away from the physical side. So I got kind of fat. And so part of our goals as well is the physical side. The other thing is on the mental side. Mental health is very important, especially in times of COVID. And so what do you do to get to your Zen state? And I'm not talking about just, putting some objective out there that you can do for the year. You gotta you got to go macro and micro. And I think at a macro level, hey, you wanna be balanced mentally as well. So what do you do every day? Is it some non-negotiable time to either meditate or to pray? So I think that's important. And then the other dimension for us is on the spiritual side. So I think for us, we try to find balance in all of that because it really drives to our stickability in the last dimension, which is on the business side. So again, each one of those things, we have goals that are very specific, measurable, achievable, results based, and then time oriented. So I kind of have it on a matrix. I don't know. Sometimes I either put it on a mind map or I put it in a document and I keep reviewing it, and that's how we make our adjustments. So sometimes you hit the bogey, and then sometimes you don't. Then you make adjustments thereafter. So
Yeah.
sorry for being so long-winded. Sorry.
No, I love it, Joel. Thank you for sharing, man.
No worries.
It's a lot of great information. In fact, I want to hand the mic, if you don't mind, to CJ Khalil, my good friend, because he mentioned Smart Criteria is a good platform as well. And so, but maybe before that, I'll just kind of put out there, because I know we can always improve, and I think given the new year, I hope to get out of this call something, at least one more like nugget that I can add in to myself, to hold myself accountable and to be a little bit more, I guess, strict with scheduling, so I can stay on my goals, whether it's daily tasks, weekly or monthly. Because for me, I think I have that what's that dog's name on the movie Up, where he gets distracted. I have a little bit of I guess ADD or some sort of attention deficit, because I can, squirrel, Justin Rain, and CJ, the dog that gets distracted by the squirrel. I may have like a daily task where must do, get done, and somehow I get distracted, whether it's a phone call or an email. There's always something coming at me. And I heard I think from one of my early mentors, he told me that one thing to make sure is that you guard your time, right? And I think that I can improve on that. So for me, I'm gonna be using the Focus Journal, just as it's like the pocket version from Michael Hyatt, and trying to keep on schedule with that. And we'll see how it goes. So maybe you guys can all hold me accountable for my goals that are going to be developed this weekend. And thanks to Chris and Sheena Coloma, because actually Ashley and I are going to be doing exactly what you guys did, because it was such a great idea. And you guys got that from Brandon Turner and Steve Rosenberg, right? Our friends.
Hey, Corey, where are you guys going?
We're going to be in Waikiki.
Yeah.
Got a hotel for the weekend and stuff. So we're just going to kind of lock ourselves in there and kind of relax for one, take a deep breath and hammer out some of our goals. So I hope to learn, some tricks that we can add in there while we're doing this. And thanks, Chris and Sheena, and you guys inspired me to do that. I was like, that's such a great idea. And I told Ashley, and she's like, let's do it. So thanks to you guys.
For years, and this was the first time that we did it, and we're wondering why it took us so long to actually do it. So
the biggest secret is you need to have sushi first. It fuels everything. So
well, we could do that. We love sushi. Well, thanks again, and I want to hear a little bit more about what you guys came up with, if you don't mind. But maybe after I hand it to CJ. CJ, so yeah, you got anything to share on maybe even what your guys' goals are and what you're working on, and how you're gonna tackle 2021?
Well, first off, I'm like you, Corey. I got squirrel syndrome. So Jasmine is my what do you call it? The person that keeps me focused.
The blinders.
Blinders.
Yeah.
Blinders all the way. Before I answer our 2021 goals, something that I found that works for people like us, Corey, where we're very easily distracted, so to speak,
right,
is to prioritize, right? Really figure out what I want the most and make that the number one thing, right? The one thing I want to hit, right? And then own all the decisions and action steps that I'm willing to take to hit it. And also be forgiving to myself when I don't, and realize that I can just pivot, right? Because a lot of times in the past, I used to beat myself up for things I didn't achieve, even though I felt like I put everything into it. When the reality is, it wasn't meant to be, So by pivoting from that, it allows me to see the other things that maybe I was focused in on the wrong thing at the time. And I was wasting a lot of energy and resources on something that wasn't meant to be. So that's what I like to do to get through that shiny object squirrel syndrome.
Yeah.
But for 2021, what we want to do is we're preparing, right? I mean, the macro, micro, whatever you want to call it, in our market, we're preparing for a shift. And whether it happens in 2021 or 2022, we want to be ready. So a lot of what we're doing right now is stabilization, preparation for growth. So as long as we're stabilizing our portfolio and our assets, we are in a good space, no matter what the market does, to then take massive action to hit our goals. So I think in a nutshell, what I personally want to hit for us in our business is we want to double what we were doing already for Burrs, and also assisting with other people to get started, to overcome that limiting belief and mindset that it's not possible to do it out of state and not physically there. It is. Secondly is to double our commercial portfolio. So I believe right now, what are we at? 4, Jazz. So we're looking to do 8 for 2021. And
That's awesome.
See how things go.
Yeah. And I want to thank you, CJ, for helping Syed, our friend now, our mutual friend now. And I learned a lot from just from listening to you speak with him. So yeah, thanks for taking him. CJ helped one of my investors, or he's helping one of my investors, CJ and Jasmine, figure out his 1031 exchange issue, because he just sold, and he's got the time's ticking, right? The clock's ticking. So I was like trying to figure out how I can help him, and I thought of Jasmine and CJ, and they've been helping him a lot, and I think it's a perfect match, actually. So I'm not sure if he's on today. Let me just do a quick check. Thank you, CJ, for sharing that. Yeah, but
No problem.
I'm definitely excited to see what you guys do this year, because last year and even the year before, you guys just kind of exploded, right? Like going straight to the top. So congratulations on your guys' success, and wishing you the best this coming year. I don't see Syed, but okay, so I guess we just jumped right into it, right? Okay, cool. I think he's with the family today. I told him no worries. It's like at the end of last call, we had a little mini debate whether we should have this call today, but I'm so glad that we did, because we have a great turnout, and we'll try to keep it short, be respectful of everyone's time so they can get right back on it, and spend time with the family and start 2021 off on a good note. So real quick, I want to also welcome Gene. How's it, Gene? Gene is one of my he's invested with us before. And where are you right now, Gene?
I'm in Reno. We're in Reno, Nevada now.
Oh, okay, you guys are in Reno. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you moved back, or are you still in California, going back and forth?
No, I'm done in California. I moved back. We're about to hit the ground as fast and hard as we can.
Good. Oh, well, I'm happy to see you guys on.
Good seeing you, man. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. All right. Well, if you guys don't mind, Chris and Sheena, you guys want to talk about what you guys kind of went over, or what your goals are this year, and how you went about tackling setting your goals?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So I give all the credit to Sheena. She took it to another level. My initial thought was just to go to dinner, grab a steak, grab some wine, write some stuff down, and she's like, "Oh, we got a hotel on the Strip, and we'll just go stay overnight, leave the kids at home." And actually, it was really good. It allowed us to focus and just kind of block everything out. I think that's the major thing. Just like you, Corey. I have shiny object syndrome. if you notice, I keep looking out the window. But anyway, so we focused a lot on health, wealth, and family, and we broke it down into those chapters, if you will, and we made our goals accordingly. And we went from a 7-year plan. It's actually a 6-year plan now since we started that last year. So your long term, then we went midterm, 3 years, and then what we want to do for 2021. So 2021, we agreed, let's get 10 properties. We like the burn method, so that's what we're trying to do, doing it that way. Whether it's 10 properties, 10 doors, looking for multifamily as well, because we soon realized that the loans, they start coming on you. Between the two of us, we can do 10 or 20 conventional loans. So we're trying to get creative with that, and maybe go into multifamily. So.
Nice.
Yeah, and just on your focus journal, we are big believers in Brandon Turner's intention journal.
Yep.
Did it for the first time the last quarter of last year, and we were able to hit our goals and some. But it really helps because it focuses just on 90 days, and then it breaks it down by week. So you have your weekly goal, and then even just your daily goal. If you just do one thing every day, it kind of just propels you, to get to that 90-day goal. So that's what we're big believers in, the intention journal, and that's what we plan on using for the year, and that's what we did at the getaway as well. We put in our 90-day goal. So we just work backwards from the 6-year plan, which is our goal to full retirement, and then the 3 years, 1 year, and then 90 days.
Nice.
We started the intention journal. Sheena started 2 weeks ahead of me last quarter. And I was like, I'll never do that. I don't know if I can do that.
He thought it was all like foo-foo.
Yeah, I was like, that's for birds, but
for girls.
It's for girls. Sorry, girls. But I was a big believer after I started it, and it actually holds me accountable. I write stuff down in the morning, and I feel guilty if I go to sleep not doing the 3 things. It's only 3 things, and it just holds you accountable. And if you can do something as little like don't eat past 7 p.m., the real estate goals. So, that's a big thing for me for the health side. But you translate that everything, things principle based, so you can apply it to real estate as well.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing. And I want to talk about that too, where what tools are people using, right, to help them along their path in achieving their goals this year. And I think Joel can, to piggyback off of what you guys said, I think Melina Boswell, who we had on maybe a couple months back, she said something that stuck with me, because when I went to see their office again in Riverside, it's beautiful, they have a stage, and the speaker gets to get mic'd up. They can see the PowerPoint, their screen in front of them, and there's 2 screens on the side. There's sound systems across in the whole office, where even if you use the bathroom, you can still listen to who's speaking, And I just told her, I was like, wow, you guys did this so well. And she said that, how you do one thing is how you do everything, and that really stuck with me. So just like Chris, how you're saying, with making sure you fill out your journal and stuff, like holding you accountable to the small things, I think is important, and something that I'm working on, So for me, for accountability, I used to have an accountability partner. His name was Rich, but we moved, so it became hard to meet up. We used to meet every Sunday, and we would have our goals for that week. And if either of us didn't hit the goal, what we would do is we set up a PayPal account together, and every week we would deposit money into that account. So the account was building up. I think we hit like $1,300 or something. And if somebody didn't reach all their goals in the week, then the other person had to withdraw the money from the PayPal account. So we put like a monetary value on our weekly goals, which made it actually really stressful, but we got things done. We got the goals done, because the account started to build up, where we hit a point where it's like, okay, I don't want to lose my money, either. So That was one kind of trick that worked really well for us. And the other thing is I'm part of a mastermind called GoBundance, and we have we call it a pod of 6 guys, and those are every other week accountability calls, which is very helpful for myself. So that's just something another tool that I use. But I'm just kind of writing down all the tools that I hear that people mention. I know Ashley was working on her goals, and I think she's actually way ahead of me right now. So you want to talk about yours? Sweetie?
Yeah, I can go. Well, I'm in real estate, so it's a little different than investor. So I'm not sure how relatable it will be, but I break down my goals like in a 1-3-5. So like, what's my big one goal? And I have one for personal, one for my team, and one for my personal real estate. So like, I want to do a certain number of sales, and then I break that down of how many of that is sellers, how many buyers, and then where did that source come from? And how many people do I need to talk to a week? How many properties do I need to visit? How many escrows do I need to get down? And I break it down to the day, from year, month, week, day. And then I do that with my team too. So I have some agents that, work for me, and they have certain goals. What's their average price point? What kind of income, what kind of life do they want? So really, we actually start from like, what kind of life do you want? What is like, they want to buy their first house, or they want to hit a certain dollar amount, or they want to afford a certain vacation. So we'll sort of map out what they need for that, and then how much they need to sell based off their splits. And we'll break it down again, year, month, week, day. And then I have just sort of my own like investing. So I have, I've had a couple properties. So I want to hit a certain dollar amount per year for that income. So for me to hit like this year, I need to acquire 1 to 2 more multifamilies to hit a monthly of $3,000 more per month net, so that I can stack that and have the, annual goal from the passive income standpoint. And then my company also, we get passive income from agents under us. So putting that into my goals of like, how many agents can I help, switch to their real estate career, and I get passive income from that. So I just break it down. How many people do I need to talk to, in the year, month, so on and so forth. And then I have certificates.
1-3-5. I like that.
5. So what's the one main goal? What are the 3 big things I have to get there? And I break down those 3 things into 5 main categories. So, and then certificates. Like I want to get my luxury certificate this year, stuff like that, just to help with the branding and, start doing more videos, stuff like that. So I'll put those goals in there. And personally, I'm not a big working out person, and Corey's a big working out person. So to connect there, it's a big challenge for me. So I'm trying. We just spent like $12,000 and convert our garage into a gym, and we don't use it enough. So one, to not hurt myself for that investment, getting inside of the garage and working out, and 2, being able to bond with Corey over weights. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's been challenging, right? Because we're so busy, but we gotta squeeze in time somehow.
He's like pumping these big weights, and then I'm like, I'm gonna do this with no weight for this month. So, and then it's like certain vacations. So I'm a travel person, COVID or not. I really want to do and get off, the island and do certain trips for my mental health. So kind of like where people need to connect spiritually or do yoga or anything, I need to be on a plane every once in a while. And it helps me reset, just gets me, just refreshes the palate almost. And I come back just ready to kick butt. So I can't go into specifics because it's not relatable, but I really liked what Joel said and just really putting in the health aspect. I realized when I did my 2020 goals, like 90% of it was business or income related. So I'm going to break, and I have like a small section for personal. So I'm really going to break that down into my personal more. And Justin, he was about to add something earlier too. And I kind of wanted to hear that as well.
Oh, I gave a little narrative there too. So just like, oh, hold on one sec, get some loves.
Oh, that's adorable.
I had a coach, not this past summer, but the summer before, and she talked a lot about kind of tricking your mind a little bit. So my goal last summer, so that'd be 2019, was to leave my job, at some point, and in talks with Kakoa a little bit, he goes, bro, we got to get that 5-year down to 2-year. We got to get you moving here. So I got the coach, and we went through a little exercise there of just kind of tricking your mind, like if you do have a goal of, I don't know, whatever it might be, run a marathon or whatever it might be, can you write out a narrative, assuming that you've already accomplished that goal, and just kind of trick your mind to thinking that you've done it. And what does that feel like? And what does it bring into your life? So that was one thing that I did, and I've got my plan here for, this summer, and we're going to make it happen.
Nice. I like that. That's
yeah.
a cool tip.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just like you, I mean, it's all an evolutionary process. I have my little black book here with my weeks and weeks and weeks of fitness goal, my work goal, my home goal, and my business goal. And what I was doing there for quite a while was just kind of picking a theme for the week. So is it get organized? Is it strategize? Is it whatever it might be? And then just make sure that all those goals accomplish that specific theme. And that got me through a lot of weeks, and became very productive that way.
Nice. Well, I love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to
Thanks,
add,
Justin, for all your help.
oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I have my books. I have the planner. Corey got me onto the planner aspect, and I really like that. And then I print out, that 1-3-5 goal, and I have them all lined up, but I put it on my notes on my phone too. And it's my first time doing it. And I really like it because I've already opened it up and I've read through it like a few times. And it's just because I'm always on my phone. So I'm trying to train my mind, instead of like jumping on social media, or instead of doing something, I open up the note and I look at that. So I just was doing it because I also have a coach, and my coach was like, get me your goals. This is game time. And I was like, oh, shoot. I was like driving in between appointments, and I was like, I totally have this, down somewhere. But when you write it down, I'm not always carrying that with me. Even if I tape it up, it almost becomes noise. Like it just becomes a fixture there after a while, and I don't quite notice it. But if I'm trying to train my mind, and now I've found myself opening up this note, and then I can share it with anyone who like wants to see real fast. So it's something really small, but it's helped me in this 7 days. See
Something fun you can look back in, in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. And, I think it was Jim Rohn that said, if you're going to get one of these books, he said, make it a nice one, So I got one that's got the gold edges on there, because in 10 years, I want to look back and I want to read this thing and I want to think, what the hell was I thinking of back on, February 10th, 2020, and where have I come since then? So It's a nice little journal just to kind of keep and remember forever.
Yeah, I think you'll have so much gratitude when you look back at the words that you wrote earlier, and see how far you've come or how far you've grown. I've told this story to New Wealth Advisors Club too, with Joe and Melina guys. Is when I first started, I took notes in a book, and I just put all of the words I didn't understand, just Googled it. Ended up finding it later, and just some of the words in there that I didn't know at the time. This was like 2011, so about 9 years ago, 9 or 10 years ago, which is just shocking, like escrow and mortgage, So I think I like looking back, like how you said. I suggest keeping it, and I like that point where it's like you might as well get a nice book. What journal are you using, Justin?
I just got one. I went to Barnes and Noble, and they have a bunch of them in, a bunch of different formats. This one, you fill in the week. So, I'll admit there was some weeks that I missed. There was some months that I missed, but this one, you're not adhered to, September 2020's calendar. You can just go in here and you can just write the week of September 17th, 2020, and fill your goals in. So it's pretty open. Like I wanted some flexibility built into this thing, but the accountability is what I'm putting in here. And so far it's been a pretty good format that works for me.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing. And I don't know if you guys are checking the chat, but there's some great stuff in there. CJ says, if the intention is clear, the mechanism will appear. That's awesome. I love that. John Kim sent something from Patrick Bet David. I love his content that he puts out. So I'm looking forward to checking out that link. And Tristan and Kamal High are going this weekend as well to mastermind and kind of plan out. That's awesome. Chris and Sheena kind of started something. That's cool. Ooh, I want to call on Mama Cheryl if you're still on the line. Do you have anything to share? Oh, maybe she's not on anymore.
I think she's still on.
Okay.
Maybe
oh,
not.
Hey, bro. Good morning. It was a late night, huh?
Maybe a little bit. Depends on what side of the world you're on.
Yeah. Alex was hanging out with Ernesto.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Well, one thing I want to put out there to everybody, because this might be helpful, hopefully, is what tools are they using? Ashley kind of put it in my head that I need to time block more, and that's very important. So I'm going to try to use my tomato timer a little bit more. I don't know if I mentioned that here or not, but the Pomodoro method, I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it's basically like a 25-minute timer, and you focus on one task until it's done. And as soon as you hit 25 minutes, you stop. It's like a hard stop, and you just reset for 5 minutes. So you can adjust the time, I'm guessing, like somewhere in that range, 25 minutes or so. But I think I need to focus more on that. So I use the Tomato Timer. It's a free app on, I forget the website. In fact, I'll pull it up. But does anybody have any tools that they use other than maybe a journal, which we talked about? So we got journals, accountability partners. Does anybody have any tools? Oh, Stacy just posted something. What is that, Stacy? You there, Stacy? Oh, Ryan Pineda's planner. Okay, cool. Do you like that? You can answer in the chat. It sounds like you can't speak, but so Stacy recommends Ryan Pineda's planner. I didn't even know he had a planner. That guy is doing everything. Anybody else have any tools?
It's a digital planner, so it's kind of like a Google sheet, and then you fill in, but it's got like the 2021 dates. Yeah, it's a bit different, digital.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Hey guys, happy
Oh,
New
yeah.
Year. This is Warren speaking. So I just started using Ryan Pineda's digital planner. So like Tay said, sorry if I mispronounced your name. It's a Google Sheets. So it breaks it down to annual goals, quarterly goals, monthly goals, weekly, and then daily goals. And I find it helpful because I can just go on my phone to see my goals, hold myself accountable. What I want to try to do too is like to add on to what Ashley was saying, like how she types her goals in her phone. I want to try to take screenshots of my top 3 daily tasks and use that as a wallpaper. So whenever I open up my phone, I'm able to see what I need to accomplish. So I'm going to try that, see how that works. So I'll get back to you guys at the next coffee talk and see if
Yeah. Great. That's a great point. Another tip that I've used before, and I don't know if this is the safest recommendation, but for my passwords, for things I got to log in daily, I always make it a goal of mine. Maybe it's my main goal, just because like if I'm logging in every day You know, like it's one thing I'm not gonna forget my goal, you know, so I won't forget my password. And the other thing is like I have to type it in every time, you know, so I'm constantly thinking about it and saying it. Like it's usually like a big picture goal. So that I know I've done, and it's kind of a big reminder, you know, it's always there. So
I like that. That's a good idea. I think I might implement that. You know, putting goal-related passwords for whatever website you're on. Like if I'm on Pockets, find a password that's, you know, that helps me achieve whatever goal I have for being on the website. That's a really good idea.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd mix up some numbers in there for letters and stuff, and you know, I'd make it a little bit trickier. But yeah, that's something that I don't know when I started doing that, but it helps. It's a good reminder. If you're gonna log in, you might as well log in with, you know, something that motivates you or inspires you, hopefully. So, does anybody else have any other tools?
Yeah, hey, I wanted to offer up, Corey, another method, and this is what we use on the IT side is because before we had these long projects and, you know, we had big goals. However, you get kind of lost in that. So one of the things that we do is we chunk it out. So there is a system, I don't know if you guys heard about it, it's Kanban. So Kanban, basically it's really three simple things: to do, doing, done. And you'll see two tools out there that many people use. One is Trello, and then the other is Asana. It might be, I don't know, depending on your technical acumen, you might think it's a little overkill or not. But I think one of the things that it helps with is when you do goal setting, I like to take it twofold. One is top down and bottom up. So when you use the Kanban, it helps you with the bottom up. So you're gonna end up marrying those two together. So it's another way to you know, to keep consistent and maintain that stickability.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. So Asana and Trello, I think I've tried both of them.
Yeah,
Trello-
and then the good thing is it's, you know, it's visual and you just drag it, right? And then you also see your accomplishments of, you know, things. And one of the things you want to have as part of your goal setting is your backlog. The reason why that's important is because you can kind of see it and prioritize it and then move it from your backlog, which is in your to do, into doing. And the other thing that I do find when I help people with goal setting is, you know, going back to this bottom up approach. So so a lot of people, they moku about, oh, I didn't hit that goal or blah, 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 blah. So I bust out my trusty old Excel spreadsheet and I said, hey, one of the things that I look at from a bottom up perspective is your, what I call your theoretical hours. So your theoretical hours is, how many hours do you have in a day? So it's not 24, obviously, because, you know, people need to sleep. But if you think about it, most people have 16 hours, meaning they maybe they get up at 6 a.m. and then they go to bed at 10. So if you calculate that, that's roughly 16 theoretical hours a day where you do stuff, right? So once you factor in work and meals and all those other things, you end up with a certain amount of time. So people always say they don't have enough time, but when you take the bottom up approach, you got plenty of time. It's just you don't manage your time well. So I would challenge you guys to put an Excel spreadsheet together and put the amount of theoretical hours that you have in a day, and then kind of itemize all the things you do that consume that time. And, you know, a lot of times people, you know, they got 2-3 hours of Netflix time or gaming time, and, you know, they got 30 minutes to real estate. And of course, with doing that 30 minutes a day, you're not going to get anywhere.
Right.
So it's another approach.
Oh, I love this. I mean, so much good tips. Thank you, Joel. Thank you.
On like the calendar aspect. So like if you use Google Calendars, for example, I really find it useful to color code. So if it's something that makes you, whatever color code you want to use, if it's something that's income producing, a task or a meeting or something you have to do, it's in your calendar as like green. If it's something that you could delegate, like it's you, I don't know, drafting a document or you know, investigating a system, like that would be yellow. If it's family time or exercise, that could be purple or blue. And you look at it and you look at the month or you look at the week and you see, okay, I have a lot of yellow and I only have a little bit of green, or so anything that's yellow at some point be like, okay, at what point does an assistant or a virtual assistant make sense? Something really affordable to help delegate. So everything in yellow, for example, are things that you could, in theory, delegate at some point in the future. So that way it helps put in a goal of like, okay, maybe I could get a VA for $1,000 a month or $1,200 a month, that if you can afford it at some point, or okay, at this point, this stuff isn't making me income. Is there any of this that I can carve out and add more green to my calendar? Or can I add more blue to my calendar? And it just gives you a visual of what you're doing with your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I got to implement that, because then you know if you're top heavy in one section, right? Whether it's maybe family tasks or work tasks versus anything else. When it's color coded, it's kind of loud and clear, right? It's slapping you in the face. So one thing is I'm learning a lot from Ashley. You know, she's organized, she's got systems in place more than myself. So I think this weekend retreat's gonna be a lot more learning more than anything else. So before we I want to try to keep it short for everybody to get back on it and get after it, you know. So, and plus I have a meeting. Ashley got me a VA for Christmas, like one of the gifts that she got me. So I gotta have an interview with her. So everybody, please hopefully pray for me, like that this works out, because I do need help.
Hey, Corey, if she does good and she has still availability, can you shoot her my way too?
You need a VA?
Man, I need like 5 VAs so bad.
Yeah. I'm just worried that this VA is going to see my workload and just turn and want to run. So if she does, I'll have her run to you, bro.
And she's going to see how much of a disaster and just mess I am. She'd be like, no way.
No,
I'm a mess. I'm so unorganized, but my
you're
VA
very organized.
I appear to be organized because of my assistants. Really, I'm a tornado, and they just clean up behind me and make me look put together.
Yeah. Nah.
Hey, did you guys get that through Upwork? Your VA?
Say that again. What is
Upwork? Who do you guys go through for your VA?
So I went
if you got them from Upwork.
Nice.
No, I got mine through VA Summit Solutions, and now, I VA Summit Solutions. I highly recommend them.
Yeah. So there's VAs is another thing too, right? To help you out, or, you know, physical assistance if you need. I guess I want to throw it to my brother over here, Mr. Alexander, because we all got to hold him accountable. I'm calling you out, bro. You wanted me to have your back, so I'm having your back by putting it out there to everybody. So he's doing I'll let you talk about it, bro. Tell everybody what you're doing so everybody can hold you accountable.
I'm sure some of you guys have done 75 hard or heard of 75 hard challenge, but I'm starting it today. So no cheat meals, eating healthy,
Is that the Andy Frizella?
water. What's that?
Andy, is that the one? Andy Frizella?
Yep, Andy Frisella's challenge. Yep. So it's a good one. I mean, I've never completed it. It's hard, it's tough, but I think it goes in an alignment with what we're all kind of trying to do and make 2021 our best year and kind of a clear path to our destinations. So I feel like this is something that'll help me hit that everything in stride and hopefully help a whole bunch more of you guys close some more deals this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, hold me accountable, please. 2 workouts every day, 1 inside, 1 outside, gallon of water, 10 pages of reading, no cheat meals, sticking to a diet. It's good.
Why don't you put it in a list, dude, and put it in the Facebook group? You could do that.
I'll put it there.
And then we can pin it at the top until you reach the goal. I'm just saying, just ideas, you know.
75 days.
Just ideas. No, I believe in you. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Well, Does anybody else have anything to add before we close this out and we just get after it for 2021?
Hey guys, I wanted to share something, and I have a little bit of an ask from everyone here, because everyone got great ideas, and I try my best too with goals. Corey, like that full focus planner and full focus journal from Michael Hyatt. This is probably my 3rd year now on it. I like it. It works really well for me. My problem is, the squirrel thing and shiny objects. It's real for me, and I say it's real for me because I got real squirrels, my 4 kids, and then I still teach 101 financial too, and I'm still building custom cars. So the squirrels are pretty real, and for 2021, I'm planning on killing a lot of them. Not my kids, but whatever other squirrels, some of them I cannot kill. My car business, I got clients over 10 years that still come back, things like that. But it's very challenging and trying to do real estate. And now we're picking up on the rental side too and commercial, and trying to still maintain all these flips here. It's, man, the squirrel just comes like, just while we was on this, like my youngest squirrel was just trying to eat, and, he can't to help them, it's like,
right.
they come randomly. The next one's gonna come in about 2 minutes, and it's like, yeah. Every time you see me turn and stuff, I'm telling them shut up, So, yeah, I just if you guys got any ideas, I am planning on killing some of the squirrels, but if you guys got ideas on, it's the focus thing and essentialism, and one of the guys, and some of you guys may have heard him, our VP with 101 Financial, he says to keep the most important thing the most important thing, and it works up until the shiny stuff,
Yeah.
And it's my days are short. I don't know if I told you guys, like my days are from like 9 to 2 on a normal school day, and that's all the time I have to do the real estate stuff, working on the cars and fit in classes. So it's like it looks black, but I get choke gray hair already. And the crazy thing is, last week I had an appointment with my doctor, and my blood work is reflecting all of the being torn into different places and the stresses now. So now I've added the health side of it, but man, it's even that is kind of nuts. I'm up before the sun. I'm at the gym at 5 a.m, but yeah, it's just, by the time I get back home, it's craziness again. So
right.
If anybody got any suggestions, I'm so open to chatting with, even if it's all of you, please.
I think there's a lot of people who identify.
Richie, I saw you had the kids at escrow of First Hawaii the other day, right? I think that was you, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing that comes to mind is, why don't you just have the kids take over the real estate business or the car business, whatever, have the kids run one of the businesses, teach them, and then you can focus. That takes one thing off your plate, and then it keeps the kids busy too, right?
Yeah, so I thought about that too, but my oldest is 15, yeah, and then 14, 11, and 7. So we can't really do too much of those things yet.
Well, 15, yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah,
and then
she's interested.
Yeah,
and
pretty soon he'll be
helping out
old
too.
enough to supervise the other kids, right?
Yeah.
Richie, I see the color coding the calendar. You're so beyond ready for a VA. And I really challenge you to, map out your calendar, and you'll have a lot of delegating work to do, because all that paperwork, all of the contracts, all the things, just even if you do part-time, that'll help you a lot. Or, I'm not like a lot of people on here are like serial entrepreneurs. Like, it's almost like you just can't get enough. You've got to find one, and then you got to like get pretty good at it, and then you've got to find another, and just you're very, very driven. And I found that stresses me out. So I'm mastering the one and have to get it down pretty down packed where it can be a little bit more passive. And then I'm moving on to the next. And it takes a while. Like, I'm just now realizing, okay, now I'm going to get into building the team until it's self-sufficient. And then I'm going to move into my investments and, acquiring multifamily. So I think you have taken on so much. you've taken on and you're doing a lot of it, like tons of acquisitions, and you are a big house flipper too. And if you don't want to let any of those things go and you don't want to kill your kids, a VA.
Hey, Richie.
Thank you for that.
Please don't kill your kids.
Richie.
Oh.
Your goals and visions. If you're up for it, I'll be your accountability partner for the year.
There you go.
Yeah,
Ain't gonna be easy.
Pick you up on that. Yeah.
I got you though.
Thank you, CJ.
Put your goals in the Facebook group. I'll pin them at the top until you reach all your goals. No, yeah, feel free, everybody, if you want to share and put it out there to your goals, so it's time stamped in history of Facebook that we can hold each other accountable, for, then by all means put it in there. I want to see people's goals. Like, it might help give ideas to everybody else.
I agree with what Ashley was saying too about delegating. One of my mentors actually says, in order to elevate, you must delegate.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Just like do what you do best and delegate the rest, right?
That's it, man. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, Richie. Something that might help you with this part is reading the book 4 Hour Work Week. That actually really helps.
Yeah, that's super cool too that you said that, because I've had that book for almost 3 years now, and I read like not 4 Hour Work Week. I read like 4 pages of it. So yeah, I got way more books than I can read, and I'm having a hard time finish books, and it's
Right.
all on me. There's no excuse for not finishing the books. I do have a little interesting share is from kindergarten to high school, I've never finished a book. The very first book I finished was when I was actually working already at 21 years old. And it was the book called Monster. It was about a freaking gangster in Compton.
Richie.
It's the very first book that I finished. And I mean, I like books. It's just
The squirrel. The squirrels.
Yeah, it's the squirrel. And sometimes the squirrel is another book. And
yeah.
Get the audio. The audio is good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because I can't read a book either, man. Like,
yeah.
I
It's
just
crazy
can't. I gotta
because
listen to
I
'em.
do the same. I do audio too, and then I like to read, and then I try to Bible every morning. But it's just squirrels.
Richie.
Yo,
Richie, we gotta add the word yet to the end of I can't. I can't yet. Because let me share something with you. You and I got a lot more in common than you think. This past year was the first year I finished a book. Guess what? I finished 12 because I kept accountable with a group of guys who held me to my book study and my goals. They pushed me through when I didn't think I could do it. Up until last year, 0 books completed. All audible, all visual, all these YouTubes and podcasts, none of them actually read. I checked one off, one a month. I hit my goal. This year, we're doubling it. So again, like I said, you want accountability? Let's do this. Me and you.
There you go. CJ.
1 year. Let's see what we get.
Well, how do you, are you planning to read a book every other week?
So I'm in a book study that I created because I wanted to be held accountable.
Okay.
And I asked those who are willing to keep me accountable to join in, and they did. So it started off with just 3 of us. Now we're at 5. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to do 1 for my book study and 1 just on my own with nothing as a motivator or driven factor, because I know I can do 1 a month now. So I'm going to double it, right? Everything I want to do next year is always scaling. I don't want to settle and be doing the same thing over and over. I want to get better at it. So I'm looking to double my progression in the book reading this year. So 1, I'm sticking with my book study group. We're reading 1 a month. I'm going to finish off 12 with them. And on top of that, I'm going to read an extra book on my own and hold myself accountable to make sure that I can actually do this without hand-holding.
Got it. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Well, Richie, looks like, there's a lot of, I didn't realize how many people are kind of in the same boat, like reading's not easy. I was like that too. I still am like that. It's like I read emails every day. I read a lot of stuff every day. I'm exhausted of reading, you know, so maybe I got to switch to audiobooks for a little while until I can get back in the groove. But I like the hard copy books for some reason, you know, like I hope that never goes away because I love the hard copy books. But it's been a while since I've read a really good, solid book. So if anybody's got recommendations, doesn't even have to be all business, you know, I've heard that reading like something that's not business related or entrepreneur related at night might be better to help me go to sleep, because I'm the type that I don't want to turn off, you know. So if I was trying to read The One Thing, actually that was a great book. That might have been the last good book I read. Like so you might want to try that one, Richie. The One Thing.
Yeah, I read them twice already. I love that book. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
it's a good book, and I read it, and I still not expert, you know, like sometimes you gotta hear the lessons like multiple times for it to kick in and get ingrained in there, you know. So maybe it's something I gotta read again. But The One Thing was one that I would read at night, and I would like sit straight up and go run and write stuff down, and like, this kid, I'm gonna do this and then, you know. So it definitely didn't help with my insomnia. So gotta be careful what you read at night. So
you mean social media comments at night aren't good?
Oh, it depends what kind of comments, right? No.
What is the saying? Knowledge without application is just information. Applied knowledge is power. So reading is great, but if you don't implement it, it's just information.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly. Let me see. Well, let me just throw it back to Alex. Since I don't know if everybody knows what 75 Hard is, can you just explain what that is?
It's a challenge by Andy Frisella. You could look it up pretty much anywhere kind of right now, especially on Instagram. It's just 75 Hard Challenge. I kind of went over it, but there's 5 main tasks you need to complete every day. It's working out twice a day, 45 minutes, 1 inside, 1 outside is part of the requirement. You can do both outside if you want. Drinking 1 gallon of water, reading 10 pages, sticking to a diet, and then you got to take a progress picture every day. So just small details. The thing that got me last time, I was like 3 weeks in, I forgot to take a picture one night before I went to bed. So small details and I think we all know that small details matter in everything that we do. So like Corey said, how you do one thing's how you do everything. So got to pay attention to the details, and that's the focus for 2021.
Well, I'm going to be learning alongside you just by watching you go through it, you know. I wasn't ready to commit for that's pretty intense. So I know you got a uphill battle with that one, but I believe in you, bro, and we're gonna hold you accountable. So
I like it. Thank you.
Hey, Corey, you know what I wanted to share real quick regarding goals, and I want to thank Chris and Sheena for sharing that. That's a brilliant idea. I'm going to jump on that bandwagon. But for the last 3 years, I've been using this one because I can't use apps because it's just, they get lost in the shuffle for me. I mean, I use it for scheduling, but as far as goals, I mean, it just gets lost for me. And kind of what Ashley was pointing on as far as color coding stuff. So I don't know if everybody has, I'm sure everybody has some type of designated office, but I have multiple chalkboards or whiteboards. And then I basically use them and I break down into 5 different aspects. And I took it from Than Murrow, one of the courses with Fortune Builders, and it's worked. And he breaks it down into action goals as far as us actions, family actions. I think it was active actions, passive actions, health actions, and then it's you actions. So I put it up on, I need to see it big, like it's goals. So like I put it up on my board so it doesn't get lost under some paper, and I break it down into like fluorescent colors, basically hot pink, you know, the yellows and whatnot, and every action that I just said, and I'll break it down into 5 different actions. And I just put I keep erasing the whiteboard on the top 20. Now it's going to be 2021 goals, and I'm setting it. But when I see it huge and it's in my office, before I start the day and when I end the day, I'm looking to see what I accomplished. And I do hold it to some 90-day goals as well. But seeing it, you can't escape it if it's just big and massive on your board. You know, like I've heard people writing goals when they brush their teeth, they put it on their windows, but it's just kind of clutter after a while because it gets wet. I mean, for me, I tried that. That's when, you know, like you start brushing your teeth or doing your hair and it just gets all messy. So I put it on my whiteboard and it just covers, but I'm even making it bigger. I'm just going to cover the whole side of the wall already just so I can't escape it. So like, and then I just write down like in these color codes, like I even make it bigger with the U actions, the active actions, the past, especially the health stuff. And then when I finally accomplish something, I'll use a red and I'll just mark it. So like now the red is actually, so when you look at it, like the color code is like, oh, how come there's so much, like actually you said green, but there's no red. So like, what do I need to do to make sure that I can cross these things out? Yeah, because every month just passed, but what did you do? I don't see any reds. So, but it has helped me anyways, like the big things, writing out these things and then actually just having to see it because you can't escape it, you know, so.
I love that. And what was it, Keone? Active, passive, and what?
It's actually, I just started mine, that's why I'm still doing it, but it's actually us. So if you're in a relationship, you know, like it's us goals, like I'm gonna have a date night. You know, I need to make sure that there's gonna be a date night and so I'm gonna be specific on Friday or Thursday, at least one date night. And then the next one is family actions. One of them is like making sure that I'm going to have my family join a community, you know, like a service, like some type of giving back, you know, things like that. The next one is active actions. And it could be like paying off debt, you know, like what specific credit card debts or how many deals I'm going to take down as far as, you know, real estate. And then the passive stuff, same thing, right? How many doors? The health actions is the big one that I try to focus on. That's why I got into biking. Because I needed to do that. And then like this year is like getting back into boxing and, you know, martial arts again, you know, so like just putting these things. And then the U actions is like, what do you want to do? It doesn't have to be real estate related, but something that I think, what did I have? Like for me, I'm a musician. So like, you know, like I want to go back into the studio or stuff like that, you know, like record a song or write another song, just something outside of what you do. So yeah, so it's us, family, active, passive, health, and then U actions. Yeah.
I love it.
Coding it. Put it out on the, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Keone. I like that. So I'm visual too. And actually this leads to my question, if somebody can help me out on this. But before that, I want to say, I don't know if everybody knows, but Keone, he's a musician, you know, and he used to be with One Groove. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember, but yeah, so it's I was surprised actually when I found out, but then I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Yes. So
like former life. But music is always in me. So yeah, for sure.
Music is a part of you though, right? Like
absolutely, man. That's why music is
really
sure.
good. Yeah.
But I do vision boards as well. Like I'm big on vision boards as well. I'm not the greatest, but I'm just, vision boards is like so key. Like I didn't believe in it until I did it. And then like seeing it is believing, man. It's like, oh, and then you can achieve it, right? All of these things, but like actually spending the time is the hardest part. But when you see it, it's like, I'm held accountable. That's how I hold myself accountable, by seeing these things in front of me. Like I can't go like this and put the blinders on when it's just massive. I'm a vision person. So like vision boards and all of these things, I mean, I know you've heard it, but until you actually do it and just try it, you know, like it helps me a lot, you know, accomplish goals anyways.
Yeah. Well, does anybody have, here's my problem. Like I carry around, well, now I have the journal, but I used to just carry around a big yellow legal pad of a massive to-do list. And for some reason, I've tried 3 times already to go digital with my to-do list. So I always have it on me and I don't have to lug around my, you know, legal pad. But for some reason it's different. Like I can't get off the notebook, you know, and maybe it's something, because something about crossing it off and just opening at it and staring at it. So like, has anyone had the same problem or has the same problem, has a solution that they found? And if not, then I'd like to know too, so I can just stop trying, you know, and just accept the fact that I work better with just writing stuff and crossing it out?
So I'm like totally a writer. I have to see it. So this is the current book, and I probably have 10 of these. So I put like notes and goals. I even write down like my daily to do, and I don't know if you see highlight. I have to highlight when it's done. So I'm totally a writer. That's how I get like I commit to stuff. There's drawbacks as well to this, but sometimes I have to look back. I have no idea where I wrote this important one thing down, but I don't like the digital, like the notes app. I use Google Cal for time blocking now because it sends notifications all the time. But I still have a Excel sheet time block that mimics the Google Cal, and I still print it for visual. Yeah, I'm a writer and visual.
Got
personally.
it. Ooh, okay. Yeah, thanks, Tay. Sam said a tablet with a stylus. Ooh, I never thought of that. Because now they have technology where you can write on something, right? And you can just kind of save as and save it to the cloud as a PDF or something like that. I wonder if anyone's ever tried that stuff yet and if it's worth it. Freed Camp as a checklist. That's from Raphael. Sends email reminders. Okay. And OneNote. Okay. I've tried OneNote before. I didn't give it a good enough, I guess, test run, but maybe I'll try it again. Just thanks for that. Well, all right, guys. Well, it's so good to see everybody in the new year. It's going to be a great year. We're all going to kick some booty. We're all going to level up, and we'll be right by each other's side, to see it all through to the end of the year. So thanks everybody for jumping on. Next week, we're going to have actually the owner and founder of CFSI. So Alex, you want to talk about it briefly, or you want me to just go over it? Okay.
Got it.
Okay. His name's Brian Mingham, and he's part of the NPLA as well. But if you guys don't know, CFSI is, I think they're the #1 fund control company out there. So he has experience with all types of, I guess, stages in real estate, and he's a huge connector. So he knows a lot of people. He's connected us with a lot of great people, and he's going to talk about what he does. So any questions about the construction process, feel free to jump on. I think it's going to be a huge one. And then we have another good one the following week, but we'll save that for a little later. But thank you guys. I was surprised how many people showed up. So I'm glad we had this call. I got a lot out of it, and feel free to continue to network in the Facebook group. And I wanted to leave on a couple of things that I learned a couple of years ago through a mastermind that I was in. And one of them is the 4Ds. So you guys have probably heard about this before, but what it's to help with, I guess, decision fatigue. And it's when you have a to-do list, when you're going through it, you should look at it as, do you delete? Is this a task that you just delete? You don't need it? Or do you defer? Now I'm trying to think. Or do it, or delegate it, right? So do you defer it to later? Do you delete it? Do you delegate the task? Or do you just do it, right? If it's going to take you under 2 minutes, then just do it. Do the task right then and there. The other thing was making categorical decisions. So there's such a thing called decision fatigue. So we don't know this, but throughout the day, we make so many little decisions. And Ashley and I talk about this all the time, because by the time it comes to dinner, like Ashley can't make any more decisions. We make so many high level decisions throughout the day that by the time it comes to even something really small, like what do you want to eat for dinner? It's very stressful to try to figure out that question, the answer to that question. So to delete that, she's saying hi to Ashley. To kind of mitigate that, I've learned that you have to make categorical decisions. So maybe it's like, I don't work on Sundays. That's a categorical decision. So you don't have to stress about it anymore, right? You don't have to make a decision whether or not you're going to work or you're going to take a business call on Sunday because you already, made that. And Jonah Colgan, who was on our calls before, is a mentor, of ours. And I learned a lot from him just because he doesn't take calls on the weekend. That's family time. That's let's relax time. So I know that if I gotta get a hold of Jonah, I gotta call him before 5 p.m. on Friday. Otherwise, I gotta wait till Monday. And I have a lot of respect for that. And hopefully one day, I could get there. But I thank all of you guys for jumping on. And if you can, and if you want to, please post your goals or any tools that you have for getting you through and crushing your goals this year. Please share it with everybody in the Facebook group. We really appreciate that. Does anybody have any last final words before we sign off? I saw Nadal on here.
Yeah, I wanted to thank everybody for, everybody that donated to the GoFundMe. I was just blown away by how generous everybody was and getting Aina a car. We got his car yesterday. So I think it's on like Maui Now, Maui 24/7, and KITV. I think we'll be posting it also, but unbelievable. We just wanted to get like maybe $3,000 or $4,000 to get this guy a little like something to cruise in. And yeah, we got him a new, not brand new, but like 2-year-old Volkswagen Jetta. And he's got like 10 grand almost left over to start a nest egg with, and just he's so stoked, and he's just a really good guy. So thank you everybody for that donated, and yeah, unbelievable. I'm blown away by this thing.
Well, Greg, that was an awesome thing you did. So I applaud you. You inspire me, and thank you for sharing that with us last week. That's an awesome thing you did. So
well, I mean, it's really just it was all on him, like he's the one that started this chain of events. Like if he didn't take his personal time to go do his favor and ride his bike out of his way for these people, none of this would have happened. And yeah, like it inspired me to go do something positive for him too, but it also inspired the tens of thousands of people that saw this. So yeah, I think it just awesome. It's so cool to see something positive spread like wildfire. So hopefully it keeps going.
Yeah, and if everybody wants to read the story, I believe Layla shared it in the group. And the group is called Keiko Exchange. Oh, thanks, Tay, for posting the link in there. Yeah, it's a great story, and Greg, you should be very proud of yourself, and I'm happy to be I'm very proud to be a friend of yours. So, and everybody on this call, it's gonna be a great year, guys. Let's go kick some booty. We'll see you next week. It's gonna be a great call, and feel free to reach out to anybody on here, as we move forward together through 2021. Aloha, everybody.
Happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
See you guys.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I think for Nadal, it's like, it was the second already. Okay, go get your mama. Go.
Corey.
She's a mama's girl.
Yeah, Corey, how did Alex like New Year's in Hawaii?
I actually don't know because I was up till 3 a.m. and I was in the bathroom, and his house where he's staying on our property, like when you walk past, like we have a window, right? Like a little vinyl window. I just saw him walk past, and then he came by and he peeked inside. I was brushing my teeth. I was like, hey dude, it was like 3:30 in the morning. He didn't get home till like 3:30. So I haven't even talked to him yet. I didn't think he was gonna make it on the call. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he loved it. Yeah. He was at Ernesto in Hawaii Kai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was hanging out with Ernesto.
Cool.
Come on, you guys gonna go for a retreat?
Yeah, man. Yep. We jumping on that bandwagon. We saw Chris and Sheena's post and we're like looking at each other. Okay, let's just do it. So yeah, we just booked a room for this weekend, got somebody to watch the kids, and yeah, we're gonna go over all our 2021 goals. So should be fun.
Sick. Maybe we'll see you over there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great idea. It gives excuse, right, to kind of run away and hide.
Totally. I don't think
it's very necessary.
Yeah, totally. We don't give ourselves enough alone time, right? So being able to kind of shut everything out and really focus on just what we're gonna do and figure it all out is gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I never thought of it, but sometimes you do have to, actually many times I feel you do have to put you and your spouse or first, right? Even before the kids sometimes, because it trickles down. It's just like leadership in a business is like, if the leadership up top ain't working out, or if it's very hostile and volatile, everyone's going to feel it, right? Everyone that looks up to you and relies on you, whether it's kids or employees or partners, I think it trickles from the top down, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Big time, especially with the kids and stuff. They they can feel it. They can feel it.
They can feel it, yeah, the energy, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a problem too, right? As parents, it's you do your best to eliminate what you feeling to not pass it over to them, but we humans, and sometimes it's like the patience just gets to you, and someone gets snapped at, like, that wasn't supposed to, because of something else that you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like you need to practice self-control. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta have grace for everyone, but then again, like you said, we gotta do that to ourselves first before we can pass it on. So yeah. That bandwagon, I wanted to jump on that too, but we did a staycation Christmas Day, and it's like, I don't know if we can do another one, but maybe we have to.
Yeah, I think you should. I think it's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think. Yeah, good thing Chris and Sheena, they kind of put me onto it. I was like, that is a great idea.
I know, and they did it big. Yeah, it wasn't like, no, go sit in a backyard on your porch kind of deal, right? They did it intentional. It was really intentional. So yeah, I loved it. I love seeing that, and I'm glad that you guys too. Everyone's gonna go do it now. It's like, just watch next year. What's gonna happen?
Right. Yeah.
No one's gonna be on this call. Everyone's gonna be goal
Right. Yeah.
Or we'll be all on the call, but all from different locations. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like you have to remove yourself, because it's like me and Kid Koa. Like, before he would fly down to Hawaii, we would meet to talk about like everything, and plan. And then, or I'd go up there to Seattle, and we just can't do it because we get pulled every direction. Like, people find out I'm in town in Seattle, and then people find out Kid Koa's in town, and nothing gets done,
It was intentional. That's why. It was to go just kind of, let's do this, but you didn't block it out, right? You didn't block out everything else from having you complete it.
Yeah.
You went up for squirrels.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, are you guys, are you guys leaving tonight?
Tomorrow. We're gonna go to dinner. Yeah, and then Saturday night, really just focus in on it and get at it, and then we're back home on Sunday. Limited childcare, but I think that's all we need. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you guys going tonight?
Yeah, I'll be tonight and tomorrow night probably. So
there you go.
Yeah, maybe we'll see you guys out.
Yeah.
I swear I see Cobble High everywhere. Actually, last time I saw you, once I saw you at 7-Eleven, right? But that was kind of by the office, by Tristan's office.
Yeah, because our offices are right next to each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But now you're in Kailua. I'm surprised. Like we literally live 2 minutes away from you. So
Oh, yeah?
I'm surprised we don't see you more often. But my wife says she sees you all the time driving to the office.
Really?
Yeah, like you're always driving the same time she's going.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're well, I'm riding with Alex, so now because Kiana doesn't have school. Otherwise, I'll be driving H3 going Wahiawa first. Taking her to school and then going to the office.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but now I go straight to the town. Oh, that's so funny. I'm gonna look out for Tristan.
Yeah. No, and I see your guys' Instagram stories too, and that loop. We're always on that loop with the kids too, around Enchanted Lakes.
Oh,
I see you guys riding bike, going around.
oh yeah.
Yeah. We live
That's so
like
fun.
on
Where do
that.
you guys?
so-
You guys live in Enchanted Lakeside, or?
Yeah, Enchanted Lakeside by Ke'elepulu, the
No
elementary
way.
school.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, we literally live right on the road. Well, we're closer by Target. We're on a Kolko Street.
Okay.
Kolko.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
by,
right in the back.
Yeah, it's by there's a canal over there in
Yep.
the back, and yeah. Oh, cool. Okay, I forgot you guys live in Kailua. That's
Yeah,
right.
right. Yeah, little ways away.
Okay. Well, have fun with the retreat, because I think it's gonna be very necessary for Ashley and I. Just relax and kind of forget about responsibility for a couple of days, and then hit it hard Monday.
Alex, see you no answer your phone then.
Don't call me, bro, because I may answer, and then I gonna get busted. Nah. Well, you guys have a good rest of the weekend. See you in the week. Give you guys a call.
Yep.
All right, you guys.
Aloha,
Happy New Year,
everybody.
Aloha.